Hey folks, it's me. I'm back. Just chilling out. I'm watching from YouTube. I'm watching that old show Passions. I used to watch it back in. It came out in '99, and I used to watch it when I came home from school when I was a senior in high school, and then um, I watched it for a while throughout the years after that, and then when it went to like DirecTV or Dish Network, I didn't really get to watch it. But at that point, it was kind of getting stupid. But I think sometimes um when you think back on your life and when you were younger, things that you really enjoyed, when you go back and watch them, you're like, why? What was I thinking? But I sort of want to know the story and how it started and how it progressed and then how it finished. So I've been watching those, and I've gotten up to episode 112, and I think there's several thousand episodes, so I'm not even barely touching the surface. But I'm getting the backstory that I didn't know when I used to watch it, so it's kind of interesting to me. And I'm remembering certain things, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to be this way. This is what this person winds up with in the end. And not all the characters have been introduced yet. And I mean, it's a soap opera. What do you expect? So, visiting over at my parents last week, my dad was like, um, apparently my children like watch soap operas and they shouldn't. Well, that's good and bad. Everybody's got their interests, and you might not agree with everything that I do or everything that I watch, but you're still gonna love me. So, I grew up. I moved out on my own. I got married. When I lived at the house, it's one thing, but when I get out on my own, it's my choices are what I make, and I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself because it's something I enjoy doing. If I gave up everything that I enjoyed doing to make everybody else around me happy, I'd be miserable. So, I'm sorry that you don't like soap operas. It's your personal preference. I, however, do. Doesn't mean I think what goes on in the soap operas is right. It's a story. You read books, you watch movies. You might not agree with everything, but you like how the story ends at comes together, or it's a good mystery. We're not always going to agree on the same stuff. And I mean, there's nothing against you and there's nothing against me. It's just the way that it is. So, it's you agree to disagree basically. I used to always be worried about, if I do this, is my family going to be proud of me? If I do this, are they going to be angry with me? And I wasn't happy. I wasn't living my life. And then one day I decided, you know what? This is me. This is my life. I have to make me happy. I have to do what's right for me. And when I started doing that, I mean, I feel bad when I go over to the house and I, talk about certain things. But, everybody's got their something. Everybody's got the thing that they like to do. Some people like to watch, you know, I'm sorry, my hair is bugging me right now and I can't figure out why it's not laying the way that I did it. Alright, so everybody's got something that they go to unwind, to something to do, something to, you know, um, where they can just be, and people leave them alone, or you can get people to join in, and it's your way of coping, your way of relaxing, your way of dealing with life. It's not everything about me, but it's one of my interests. This is another interest. It used to be journaling, and this is an online journaling. Um, Instead of me sitting here writing stories that, add up in books, I'm speaking to you in the digital world, and you can watch it from your phone, tablet, TV, whatever, your computer, whatever you choose to do, if you choose to watch me, and you can see. Now, back when I was in school, I thought the coolest thing was, um, I don't know what grade I was in, but it was class. We had pen pals, and we had it was still National Geographic when they were first coming out with how you could email an instant message and all that kind of not well you could do we had a like experiments. We did pH levels and stuff, and we would input them into a computer, and then another school would do the same thing, and somebody would read them, or we would communicate via internet, email. And back then, not everybody had email, so it was the coolest thing when you could write a letter to somebody and press a button, and it goes through all these tubes and wires and oceans and, countries, and comes out on the other end. Somebody else reads it and responds to it. It's like almost like a telephone, but it's a telephone for your fingers. You don't have to actually speak the words, you can type them. Now you can speak and it'll type for you certain things and you can get your point across. I think, excuse me, I think speaking, you are able to articulate yourself a little bit better, and you hear it as it's coming out and you're not reading it off of a paper. So, mm, I know this is bad for me. It's diet soda. Um, it's bad to it's probably bad on my teeth. The dentist told me, "Do you drink a lot of sodas?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he said, "Well, they're not good for you." A lot of people tell you that. Um, Sometimes you need something more than water, and water and Powerade Zero sometimes just don't cut it. So it is what it is. Anyways, I think as individuals, when we all grow up and we all get out on our own and get married and have families and stuff, we make our own rules and we make our own way of life. Yeah, nobody. I mean, yes, I have certain rules as being a grown up. You have to keep your house. You have to keep things clean. You have to do this and that. It's just what you're supposed to do. Now, I don't have rules in my house. Well, I mean, besides the laws that are around here, I don't really have a lot of rules, but I have way that I like things being done and the way that things are done. Excuse me. Sorry. You know, I know that as long as I have neighbors downstairs, if I get a bug, what do you want a wild hair, and want to do some deep cleaning at 3 in the morning, to not run, excuse me, the vacuum cleaner or the music really loud or anything like that, because you disturb the people below. Well, it was empty for over a year before, and then the people moved in, and we have fairly nice neighbors. I don't have a problem with them. Sometimes they're a little noisy, but they're kids. They're coming in and out of the house when mom's at work. So occasionally they'll probably get a little bit more rambunctious and whatnot. I mean, kids will be kids, so the we don't get in each other's hair, and we all seem to get along, so that works for now. Let's see. In my last video, I was talking about relationships, and I was talking about how it's important to, I'm a newlywed, so it's important for me and my husband to have time together outside of work, outside of, normal everyday stuff. It's nice for us to occasionally be able to go out and do something, whether it's a meal out or, go to a movie, or just do something where we can be together without be together in the world without, being confined to, four walls of a living room, or, always stuck on your cell phone or your tablet or your computer or whatnot. You guys sometimes can become disconnected that way. So it's good to make plans to do something together outside of all the electronic devices and stuff. Now, it doesn't mean you can't go to a movie together. Yeah, you're sitting and staring at a screen, but then after the movie's over, you have something to talk about. It's something you wouldn't have had before had you not have gone. So occasionally that's good. Also, as good is to have, make dates with friends. If you know another couple that shares similar interests in you, talk them up, see if they want to come out, see if they want to hang out for a little while, whether they just come over to your house or something. That little human interaction can do wonders for your mind if you're suffering from depression or anxiety or whatnot. It's amazing what, a couple of conversations can be. So, hold on one second. I'm watching I was saying before, I'm watching Passions on YouTube, and I have it paused on the screen, and after a certain time it times out, and when it does that, the screen goes black. So, anyways, um, like, fave, share, subscribe to me. Give me ideas for more content. I'm hoping to come up with some ideas for some skits soon, and maybe I can get some more interaction with some other people. But for now, this is me. Thank you for listening. I'll be back.